Alright, let's craft that script. Do you ever feel like you're living in a fairy tale, especially in a romantic relationship? Or maybe you find yourself drawn to someone with a seemingly perfect aura. If so, this video is for you. We're diving deep into the world of astrology, specifically how the planets Jupiter and Neptune can create both incredible highs and potentially devastating lows in your connections. Prepare to unravel the complexities of love, partnership, and self-awareness with me today. Let's begin by examining the powerful combination of Jupiter and Neptune, two planets that, when interacting, can significantly color your perception of love and relationships. Jupiter, often associated with expansion, optimism, and abundance, can magnify the best aspects of a partnership. Think of it as a spotlight, illuminating the shared visions, enhanced spirituality, and the profound romantic bond you feel with someone. This can feel amazing, but it's also where things can get tricky. Neptune, on the other hand, governs illusion, dreams, and spirituality, and tends towards a blurring of perception. This planetary influence can lead to over-idealization, where you see your partner or the relationship through rose-tinted glasses, sometimes leading to escapism, where the focus is to avoid reality. This can show up in several ways, like ignoring red flags, downplaying conflicts, or even constructing an entire reality that doesn't reflect the truth. Consider this real-life example: Sarah and David, drawn together by their shared vision for a creative project. Sarah, feeling the expansive energy of Jupiter, started seeing David's potential for success. But with Neptune's influence, she began to idealize his artistic talent, overlooking the fact that he had a habit of procrastination. This blurred perception led to disappointment and a sense of betrayal later on. Now here's where it gets interesting. Let's discuss the composite chart, a specific chart that represents the relationship itself. Aspects like Venus-Jupiter, which can suggest an abundance of affection and happiness, and Mars-Neptune, potentially indicating challenges with boundaries or the manifestation of ideals, are crucial. T-squares, yods, or finger of God patterns, and grand trines can provide even more depth to the complexity. An individual, let's call her Emily, noticed a T-square pattern in her composite chart with her boyfriend. The T-square emphasized potential conflicts in their communication style, leading to heated discussions and ultimately a breakdown in trust. This often manifests through high expectations and the avoidance of reality. In career and finances, with Jupiter in the 7th house, partnership, and Neptune in the 10th house, career, the potential is to see your career through the lens of your romantic connection, which can be both motivating and distorting. For example, if you and your partner dream of starting a business together, Jupiter might offer the optimism to succeed, while Neptune could create blind spots, like underestimating initial investments, leading to financial stress. If you find yourself in a situation like this, consider having open communication as the foundation of your relationship. Let's explore how to navigate these celestial influences to build a healthier, more realistic dynamic. What happens when we have shared ideals and heightened idealism? How do we build the bridges necessary? Now, let's unpack how to counteract Neptune's tendency toward illusion and harness Jupiter's positive energy. First, embrace open communication. This means openly discuss beliefs and expectations, no matter how uncomfortable it might be. For instance, instead of just assuming your partner shares your views on family, discuss it. What does each of you envision for the future? Another crucial step is cultivating self-awareness. Recognize and address potential pitfalls, such as over-idealization or escapism. For example, if you find yourself consistently making excuses for your partner's behavior, you might be falling into the Neptune trap. Ask yourself, am I seeing things realistically? Next, strive to balance your dreams with grounded actions. This means transforming your romantic aspirations into concrete goals. Let's say you both envision a life of travel. Instead of just talking about it, research destinations, set a budget, and start saving. We also need to establish boundaries. Boundaries are a good thing, allowing you and your partner to understand each other's limitations. A couple, Mark and Lisa, were often working from home. Mark's expansive Jupiter energy made him see every project as important, but Lisa, under a significant Neptune influence, began to find work a distraction, rather than a shared vision. Establishing specific work hours and dedicated spaces can mitigate the blurred lines. This leads us to an element of practicality. It is crucial to seek professional guidance. Therapists or counselors can offer tools to navigate the emotional complexities of love. They can help you develop healthy communication patterns and navigate potential conflicts. I saw a comment the other day on a relationship forum. One person wrote, "My partner and I were on cloud 9 for months. But the more we ignored red flags, the harder we crashed. We went to a therapist, and that helped us heal." It's true, therapy is a safe space to balance idealism with reality. It can be tempting to brush it all under the rug, which is where embracing grounding techniques becomes crucial. This means practicing mindfulness, meditation, and spending time in nature. This anchors you to the present. What steps are you taking today to see your partnership and relationship realistically? But wait, there's a catch. The effects of Jupiter and Neptune are amplified in specific astrological configurations. Aspects like a strong 5th house, romance, creativity, and a 12th house, spirituality, hidden matters, could be a hint. Let's imagine the story of two people, Jake and Emily. They were drawn to each other through a deep spiritual connection, with both having active 12th houses. Their 5th houses indicated intense romantic passion. But they also harbored secrets, which intensified Neptune's influence, blurring lines. That is to say, their heightened idealism created an environment where they were more likely to fall prey to escapism. Here's a great example. Remember, you can encounter situations where over-idealization is the theme. This can lead to a cycle of expectations, disappointment, and an avoidance of reality. I was recently reading a thread on social media where someone said, "I thought my partner was perfect, but then I was constantly let down. I didn't see the flaws at first." Remember, you can get caught in situations like these if you don't see clearly. These are the problems of the perfect relationship in the modern day. The focus will be on a romantic relationship and the potential pitfalls. And that is to be expected. What do you think? Now let's explore the solutions. To enhance this dynamic, start with open communication. This is your foundation. Share your beliefs and expectations, even the uncomfortable ones. Secondly, cultivate grounding and practicality. Balance the idealism with action. Thirdly, encourage healthy boundaries. These are the fences. This is when you develop self-awareness and seek professional guidance. It's not enough to be aware of the influences of Jupiter and Neptune. But the effects can be lessened with the right tools. I am a big believer in maintaining realistic expectations. I've noticed that if you're too dreamy, you can miss red flags. I've also seen so many examples in real life of people in committed relationships. You can also enhance creativity and spiritual growth. Be sure to seek professional help and never let yourself fall into escapism. Be honest with yourself and practice grounding techniques. And always have a shared vision for the future. Before you move on, does that spark some feelings? Now, imagine a couple who had a strong Jupiter-Neptune connection in their synastry chart. Initially, the romantic bond was magical. They were in love with love. But over time, they stumbled on potential conflicts. The Neptune influence had them avoid those conflicts. The solution? One had to be realistic and the other had to communicate honestly. So, what would you do? Do you have your own story you want to share? Let me know in the comments. I love reading your stories, and I read every single one. In conclusion, the dance between Jupiter and Neptune is a powerful one, capable of creating both ethereal beauty and potential confusion. But, by understanding the roles of the planets, you can transform challenges into opportunities for growth and deepen your connections. Remember to balance idealism with practicality, communicate honestly, and cultivate self-awareness. I hope this video has given you a deeper appreciation of these celestial forces. And here's the deal, if you found this video insightful, consider subscribing to the channel. I release new videos every week on astrology, relationships, and self-discovery. I even have an entire playlist devoted to understanding your birth chart. So, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join me on a journey to unlock the secrets of the cosmos. You won't regret it.